gonna be a good day. Hello, St. Rose. Thank you very much for tuning into the 10th episode of St. Rose Rocks. Yes, that is right, double digits. Thank you, everybody out there, for supporting and making this all possible. Thank you for supporting college, St. Rose, and local music. We greatly appreciate you, and we're going to continue to give some fantastic quality content as the summer goes on. And speaking of some fantastic quality content, we have another senior project that we are going to be showcasing for you guys today. We have musician Soobin Park. Soobin, how you doing?
Hi, I'm doing great. How are you, Connor?
I'm doing good. I gotta say, another fantastic senior project. So glad to be highlighting your stuff. Had Ben on last week, and we were saying how he was like, soon after the semester was done, he released his stuff. However, I think I saw yours first out of everybody.
Yeah.
You were pretty quick to it.
Thanks, yeah. I mean, I've been pretty much working on it like all semester. Like, I had my proposal done by like December, and I was done tracking by like February.
Oh, wow.
So
Good
I was
for
just
you.
like, yeah, thanks. So I was just chugging along. And the album was actually done by like mid-April. So I was just like, you know, it was just waiting to be like released. May 2nd was when it was released. That was the day that my playback was supposed to be too. So I just wanted to make sure that it was released on my playback date.
That's a really fantastic goal to set for yourself like that. And
Thanks.
to still be able to memorialize the day. So that's really cool.
Yeah.
So could you tell us about the process of your album? You said that you got the proposal done pretty early, so you had a pretty clear idea of what you wanted to do. Could you go into that for us, please?
The album's called Letters I Never Sent. It's pretty much every song on the album is kind of a thank you / you know, like homage, I guess, to a specific person, whether it be love or family stuff, or just like introspective to myself. Each song also had like an initial to it too, and it was just a very personal thing that was very weird just releasing, but it was overall a pretty interesting experience. I myself am not like a songwriter of any stretch of the imagination or performer, so it was really bizarre having other people sing my songs. I was like, you know, because I'd heard it in Sibelius, I'd heard myself sing it a couple times very badly, but to have like an actual like vocalist just bring it to life was just incredible.
Well, I think you're selling yourself a little short on the songwriter aspect of it. These are very quality songs. The arrangements are great, and I'd like to get into that in a second, and also overall musicianship, because to be honest, some aspects sound really pop, some sound very cinematic, and overall I could see the theme of love, loss, and inner guidance. Could you tell us about where you got your inspiration from when it came to writing the arrangements and kind of go into what you were performing?
Yeah, absolutely. So my biggest inspiration is Marianas Trench. They're this Canadian like pop rock orchestral band, I guess. So I just really, really wanted to emulate them. Their last 2 albums, Ever After and Astoria, are truly like exactly what I wanted to go for. There's a song called Stuck that I tried to like almost perfectly emulate their song Dearly Departed, where it's just like vocals, ukulele, and strings. Just something about their music. It's just so like tied together really well. It just ties together like the pop, the rock, the orchestral, and that's just kind of what I wanted to go for. You know, I didn't want to be too like blah with my classical background, but I didn't want to be too like pop rock and ignore, you know, my classical background.
I think having the classical background really was able to help accentuate the music even more, add plenty more emotion to it. So kudos to you on that.
Thank you.
So besides yourself on this, playing a bunch of different instruments, I saw a synthesizer, I saw a cello, I saw a whole bunch of different things. You also had some fantastic feature artists as well. Could you tell us about some of the people who featured on your album?
Yeah, so Brittany Glagowski, one of my best friends here, she sang on practically half the album, you know. She sang the album opener and the album closer, and my favorite, personally my favorite song on the album. And then I had Mark Manning, I had Bree Morrissey, I had Juliana Castrillon, all of them just huge props to them. They literally just brought the songs to life. I couldn't have done it without them.
Now, specifically going into the songs, what's the first song that you're going to be showing us today?
So the first song is Hope from a Strange Place. That's one of the ones that Brittany sang on. It's pretty much about a breakup that I had. You know, I was in a relationship for about 2.5 years. It was kind of bittersweet. You know, we just didn't agree on a lot of things, and it was just, you know, we just fell out of love, but that's okay. And when I was writing it, it truly did seem like, you know, bittersweet, because it was sad, of course, that I was, you know, letting my best friend of 2 years just go. But at the same time, it was just like hope for a better future, you know, hope for, you know, like a brighter future.
Now, one thing I noticed, you had 2 versions of this on the album. Why the 2 versions, and which one are we hearing today?
We're just going to listen to the original one, the one that was intended to play. But the other version, I was just messing around with it. I was like, you know, I kind of want to like strip it down, see how it, you know, how it feels. The way I had originally written it, like the original, like just a string quartet and a guitar. In hindsight, it sounds better with, you know, drums and stuff, but, you know, I still wanted to play with the idea of it just being like a string quartet with vocals and guitar. So that's kind of the alternate version. I've had so many different friends say it sounds very Disney-like, so I'll take the compliment, but yeah.
No, that's awesome. So, everybody, for you guys to hear, this is Hope from a Strange Place by Soobin Park.
So long for me to see you're just not what I need. from the strangest place.
So, Soobin, you mentioned having this classical background going into this, and you wanted to kind of blend the two worlds between classic and modern pop. Could you go into a little bit of your classical background for everybody?
Yeah, sure. So I started playing the cello when I was in, I would say like third grade, fourth grade-ish. Quit that. And then I picked up the clarinet, which, I still play to this day. I kind of like learned how to play the piano by myself, kind of slightly picked up the violin, but not really. I still have my cello, I plunk on it every once in a while. And especially, while I was recording the album, I had to record on it. I also kind of picked up the ukulele too. That's not really classical, but it's, it's there. Heavily trained in like the classical area. I did band in fifth grade, I think, sixth grade. So, up to now. So I've been in wind ensembles and orchestras and all these fun little, activities since then.
Very nice. You talked about the artist Mariana Trench. Is that correct? Name?
Yeah.
And you said that was a big influence. What were some other influences that guided you along with this project, whether it is from the classical realm or from a more modern sense?
Ooh, that's a good question. I didn't really have any like classical. Well, okay, for classical, maybe Mozart, because I truly do love like the classical era, like Romantic and Baroque, whatever. But like classical era, like Mozart, his clarinet pieces, mwah, so good. As far as like modern, I guess just pop punk in general, purely for like the melodies. Pop punk has just such, the whole idea of pop punk is, heavy guitars, but like really fun melodies. So I guess I also wanted to emulate that a little bit. All Time Low, love them, favorite band, state champs, obviously my music doesn't sound like theirs, but I did want to emulate the whole like fun melodies.
I think you certainly emulate those melodies very well. I could hear like
Thank
the
you.
influence, obviously not like really in your face, but
right.
it's there. I can tell where that's coming from. And it's kind of cool to see the synthesis of all the various aspects of your life come together in this project. That's really cool. So what's the second song that you're going to be showing us?
So the second song is called Stuck. Like I said previously, it is highly, highly inspired by Dearly Departed by Mariana Trench. Although, like, in the end, they do sound fairly different. But, I wanted to emulate the whole, like, vocals, ukulele, and, like, a single or two violins. The song itself, I wrote, like, 10 minutes before my songwriting class.
We've
so,
all
like,
been
the
there.
first verse, yeah, the first verse is, like, something, I can't hand it in because I can't think of a rhyme or something. So it's, it was, I'm sorry, Dr. Pink, but it's pretty much just like, a happy-go-lucky song on the outside, but if you like dig a little bit deeper, it kind of gets a little bit sadder. I don't know, it's just like the different layers, I wanted to make a point to write a song that wasn't like lyrically complicated or just like harmonically or melodically complicated. Just like something super simple, because I felt like the rest of the album was just chock full of like, orchestral stuff and in like big, like grandiose things. So I just wanted to like give a little break, here's just something fun and dainty to listen to. Right after that, you get hit with the biggest song on, like production wise on the album. So that's fun.
Well, it sounds like you had quite the nice progression on the album to make sure that it flowed well. Listening to it, I would agree. So very nice with that. So everybody, Soobin's second song. This is Stuck on St. Rose Rocks.
The clock hands me a list of all the due dates I've missed, and none were done on time, 'cause I can't think of a rhyme. I'm stuck counting the days. Yeah, I'm stuck finding a way get through the years. I'm stuck, wasting away. The clock hands me a chart of the things that fell apart, and I've become undone, 'cause I've never said to anyone I'm stuck, counting the days. Yeah, I'm stuck, finding a way to get through the mess and get through the tears, get through this class and get through the years. I'm stuck, wasting away. And I know that I promised to do great things, but is it true that waking and eating on the list, on the list? 'Cause I'm stuck, counting the days. Yeah, I'm stuck, finding a way.
So where specifically are you hoping to kind of go from here? Obviously, we all got plans. We're all kind of on hold, but like, where are you kind of hoping to go with it? You said you want to be more business oriented.
I definitely want to shoot for like a record label or a publishing company for sure. I'm kind of in talks with one in California right now. Obviously, because of this whole situation, things got put on pause, but the vice president of the record label actually came from St. Rose. He was like the president of MISA. So,
wow.
Yeah, so I'm like in talks with him, in cahoots with him for a potential job. But if that doesn't work out, then I'm still looking. I kind of had an interview with DistroKid, but that's also like kind of, it's kind of, because of this whole situation, it's very fluid right now. So yeah, I don't know. We'll see. Whoever gives me a job first, I guess.
Before we wrap up, where can people find your music and where should people go follow you?
So I don't have it on any streaming services because I don't feel right about having people pay for my music. I made it for fun. Here it is. So I have it on YouTube, and it's just free to watch, free to listen to. The social media platform that I use the most often is Twitter. It's Soobin Park. I don't know where you'll be putting that, but wherever it is, I'm sure it'll be spelled out somewhere. So just at Soobin Park. So yeah.
Awesome. This has been great. Soobin, thank you so much for coming on.
Yeah, thank you so much for having me. This was so much fun. It was such a delight.
Not a problem. And congrats again on your senior project, and congrats on graduating.
Thank you. Congrats on graduating to you too.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Everyone, thank you very much for tuning in to another episode of St. Rose Rocks. As always, I got to thank Student Development, Student Association, the college marketing team, and the college in general. If you want to keep seeing this stuff, please like and share, comment, interact with this. And if there's a St. Rose artist that you want to see, let us know. And if you're a St. Rose artist that wants to get on this, hit me up. Again, thank you very much. You guys are the reason why St. Rose rocks. I'm glad we got to spend some time.